What's going on, everybody? I am, of course, Mark Conway with the Nightmares Podcast, where we talk about all things horror, movies, comics, television shows, pretty much whatever the fuck we want to talk about, we talk about it. I am, of course, joined by the usual suspects and a very special guest that are sharing a camera right now, Zach and Victor.
Hey.
The super creepy fucking wave. Anyway, and hanging out in the booth was Brandon with an awesome Psycho Gorman shirt on, and of course our awesome sound person, Colin. What's going on, guys?
Doing pretty good.
Today we were talking about demons and the devil.
Yeah, devil.
The shot of the devil. It was my idea because I think we have never talked about it, surprisingly, and the devil and demons are in a lot of fucking horror movies. So it seemed like a really, really good idea. I'm actually really curious to see what Zach's picks are. I think I know at least one of them, but I'm very curious. Well, yeah, that. So to see up, and then I think what we'll do is we'll go around the circle here. So
Games or movies? Just
well, definitely in that Doom category, where you're just fighting off hordes and hordes and hordes of just like demons and things of that nature. I would say as far as movies go, definitely Evil Dead, obviously, because what's been on.
To the King.
Hail to the King, baby.
And honestly, I kind of want to jump to the End of Days.
You stole one of mine, bro.
Was that one?
Yeah, that was gonna be one of mine, dude. That was like one of the first times I ever that was one of the first times like in a serious movie I like talking about the concept of the devil. It's a really interesting movie. Like it's hilarious though. People fucking hate it. I think it's like the least scored Arnold movie on fucking IMDb. People fucking hate it.
I didn't watch that movie until many fucking years later. I think it was in college when I finally found this one. I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen this one before. And I watched it, I'm like, this is cool. The ending's really fucking stupidly cheesy. Don't get me wrong. That fucking ending bit was a little ridiculous. But overall, it was a good movie. I don't understand why there's so much hate for it.
I don't know.
Like,
who knows?
I definitely do not understand that because obviously Arnold is good in it.
Exactly.
The villain is pretty awesome, pretty sweet. Like
It's Satan.
Wait, it's Satan, and he plays.
It's literally one of the biggest all-time battles we've all thought of at one point, and we got it. Arnold Schwarzenegger versus the devil, and he wins.
Dude, and honestly, dude, like that guy who played the devil is probably in my top 10 of best Satans around. Like, you know, like
he really should and deserve more credit.
Agreed.
if I'm gonna mix like video games have to be a separate list, but like but devils in movies, that's definitely in my top 10. I'm actually gonna mention several that would be in my top 10 for devils. But yeah, End of Days is definitely one of them. Especially when he walks into the fucking church and like the priest is like, oh, the devil can walk into a church and say fuck off to everyone, and I'm like, no one's safe anywhere. Nope. And I'm like, yeah, that's some evil right there. That is some evil. That was some good shit. Some tasty evil shit.
And the one other Satan that I really like is from Tenacious D. Obviously.
Oh yeah,
it's
of course.
not horror, but like to be honest, I just love the design and honestly, you can make it into a horror film. Just remove the comedy and then just make it about this group of band members that are just being tormented by Satan himself and things of that nature, and try to get them to produce, satanic music.
Deathgasm.
Is that what Deathgasm? Nice.
I would say Deathgasm is a little bit more extreme and definitely one of just the greatest decapitation scene in history. At least in movies.
It's up there.
Yeah. I would say when it comes to decapitations, that's probably one of my favorites, at least off the top of my head. Do it again!
Dude, I will say though, like, you know, the Satan pretty much saying that he's gonna fuck Kyle Gass in the ass is pretty horrifying all by itself. So there is that. So and it's actually to turn you into his bitch. Dude, and what if I win, then you can take Kyle back to hell. And he's like, wait, what, dude?
To be
Your little bitch. Fine.
Just totally agrees with it.
Oh, dude, he's like kind of like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, dude, trust me, it's the only way.
No, it's the only way.
God, I love that movie so much.
So fucking awesome.
Dude, and it was kind of cool too because that was one of the first times I saw the incorporation of the half goat. Because he is technically half goat in there. So
Dude, the effects on the devil were great.
Oh, dude, it was
made him
great.
look fucking huge. He was all red. He had the horns and everything too. He was fucking cool.
it was basically like evil genie, dude. Like he would just like shit would just
Yeah,
appear
yeah.
out of nowhere. Like the God. That song fucking sucked. You guys are going straight to hell.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get a bunch of metalheads and podcasts
dude.
together talking about demons and shit. We're not going to talk about horror movies. We're going to talk about heavy metal because fuck yeah. Speaking of which, Doom also has an amazing soundtrack. Mick Gordon, you fucking rock.
Industrial metal. What's not to like? From whence you came, you shall remain until you are complete again. Dude, oh, so good. Anyway, go on, man.
No, that was pretty much it. I was hoping that someone else would just steal it right now.
I think there's somebody over there.
How you doing, Brandon?
How you doing, Brandon?
Hi. Okay.
Hi, I'm Brendan.
So there's the South Park movie.
Nice.
We have Satan in there with his love affair with Saddam Hussein.
Hey,
And then he kills Saddam Hussein at the end. So we have that one. We have Little Nicky,
God,
Son of
that
the
movie.
Devil,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Adam
That's
Sandler.
probably my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
Strangely holds up.
Yeah.
Of
I
course
watched
holds
it
up.
like right before watching The Wedding Singer, which I do not think holds up.
I was gonna say never seen The Wedding Singer, but
It's okay.
I watched Little
Yeah,
Nicky
it's
at least like
definitely
a
okay.
year or two ago, and I'm just like, this movie is still fucking amazing. I love it.
And then there's Bedazzled, Elizabeth Hurley as the devil.
Not a horror
Brendan
movie.
Fraser.
Fucking amazing comedy.
I saw it when I was a kid. I want to watch it.
It
now.
is so damn funny, dude. Dude, like all the wishes.
Holy
like,
shit! You are the devil.
Dude, he still had one of the best fucking lines about God and everything else. He's like every man thinks that they're God. This one just happens to be right.
Oh.
Dude, and oh my God, the funniest wish though is when he becomes a fucking athlete, but he has a really small dick.
What?
Dude.
Oh, so is that a steroids joke?
No, dude. He literally, he's so fucking stupid, and like they literally put like a sweatband in here, and like he's like it's literally like 110-0 for the other team, and he scored like 100 of the points. and he's like, and she literally the chick that comes because the whole plot is about him making wishes to try to get this girl that he's in love with, and she literally comes in the locker room. She's like, I bet you have a very big athletic ability. And he's like, and he finally takes this towel down and he's like, nothing. She's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go interview some players from the Knicks. And he's like, what the hell? And then the next one, she makes him like super intellectual, but he ends up being gay. It's fucking. The boyfriend's like, who is the stars, the 5 cast members of the Broadway musical, this and that, and he starts listing out the others. He's like, oh my God, I am gay. That's a good movie.
Hellboy,
Yeah, Hellboy's pretty
Son of the
good.
Devil.
Which Hellboy, Brandon?
First two.
Okay.
In the comics are outright horror.
I was gonna say, yeah, those are like actually meant to be horror comics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also on the demon front, we have Sinister, Bagul, who kind of basically takes children with him and all that.
I was
which
gonna
is
say
awesome.
Sinister was definitely a fun one, and
Yeah.
it was really cool concept. It wasn't at all what I was expecting. I don't know. I was kind of expecting a more like demon slasher thing when I first saw the trailers for that movie.
It's
I don't
definitely
know.
not a slasher.
No,
It
definitely
is-
not.
It's a very much a slow burn.
It is.
And I really like Sinister.
Yeah, no, same.
Yeah, Sinister is one of my favorite horror movies of the 2010s.
Yeah, I remember when I was watching that movie, I was watching that and another horror movie at the same time because my roommate, he wanted to see this one. It was that Jewish demon that's in like a box or something like that, and when you open it, it starts to haunt you. It has the guy who plays Negan in it or whatever. And,
Oh, that's
yeah. What the fuck was that movie?
Oh, I vaguely remember this.
Yeah.
Like vaguely remember this. I don't remember what the name of the movie was though. It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
They
yeah. I'm trying to remember the name.
What the hell was that movie again? That's the only notable actor I remember from it specifically.
I know what you're talking about. But
Is it it's not the Unholy because it's new.
I cannot for the life of me remember what the hell it was called.
The
I'm just wondering if anybody... Wait.
the Possession.
The Possession. I think that was it. Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Did anybody else watch that?
Nope.
Yeah, okay. That was...
No, I didn't see it.
I remember it was kind of interesting, but I'm just like, I'm going back to Sinister. This is way more cooler and shit like that. Plus, the guy looks like a fucking member of Slipknot, so I'm just going to stick with this.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who ever made that connection? That was the first thing I thought when I saw, like, the guy. I'm just like, I think that dude from Slipknot? They look similar. They really do.
And then the last one I have on my list is 1988's Night of the Demons.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah,
That
really
was a
fun
fun
Halloween. That's a movie to watch on Halloween night. Basically, Angela throws this Halloween party at this house. Demon possessions happen, and fun ensues. It also has probably one of my favorite Linnea Quigley lines ever, which is when she's basically at this convenience store buying some candy, and there are these two guys just gawking at her, and she asks them, "Do you have sour balls?" "Yeah." "Then it must be hard for you to get blowjobs then."
Damn.
That's cold, bro.
That's a very good line.
Justin also showed me Night of the Demons 2 a few years ago. And that was actually a fun sequel. And actually has a young Christine Taylor in it.
Is there a third one?
There is a third one. We don't talk about that.
Okay, that's kind of what I...
There's
That's
also
kinda what I
apparently
see.
a remake from like 2009 that kind of just snuck up on me. And I know nothing about it other than it exists. But
Okay.
the first one is great. Second one is fun.
I got a test of the first one, didn't see the second one, and alright, I guess there's a remake. Shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
apparently.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
So I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, what is your thoughts on The Conjuring universe?
I know, dude. You know what? That's already a secondary thing. Like Brandon already mentioned, The Exorcist, The Omen. The Conjuring universe. That's all fine and dandy, and off to the side. I think it's really good. I think my picks for like Devil and Demons are definitely Constantine, the original movie with Keanu Reeves. I thought the demons and the devil as a character were really done well. And the demons in the movie are actually a lot of fun. I like them.
That's another movie I want to rewatch. I'm fully prepared. I understand it's probably nothing like the comic.
No, it's probably not. And
Yeah.
and I approach it from a perspective of like I don't read the comics, so I don't I don't
Right,
have,
no-
I don't
no
have an
context.
emotional investment in it.
I remember seeing the movie as a kid and enjoying it. I remember trying to play the game and being bored as fuck by it.
Justin and I watched it not too long ago, and we were both extremely bored by it.
You know what, and that's perfectly fine if you are. I remember really enjoying it. I thought the character of the devil was pretty enjoyable, even though he's only in it for a very short amount of time. And I thought the demons were cool and how they all, how the lore and all that stuff was attached to it. I thought it was more enjoyable. That was the first time that I ever heard about sulfur, smell of sulfur, related with demons. So I think I have a little bit of a connection.
one.
Indeed. And then obviously I mentioned it in the other podcast, but Supernatural, how they handle demons is actually really well done.
Supernatural does a good job with it. And that's one of the definitely higher ups of that show. Like when you were talking about the werewolf, I do not see how you like the werewolf.
I do.
Like some of the storylines, sure, but the transformations, I'm like, that's just fucking.
It's a different perspective. There isn't much of a transformation.
I don't think it's a different perspective. I think it's just like, yeah, we don't want to pay for full werewolf costumes. Like the fucking dragon shit they pulled. I'm like, that's fucking stupid.
All of them can't be winners. But I think how they handle demons and like the rules and stuff that go along with it are pretty fucking solid. And then also too the big thing that they cover in Supernatural is crossroad demons. Is actually selling your soul for wishes and things like that. And actually one of the episodes they go into Robert Johnson. Talking about the old blues musician who supposedly sold his soul
Right.
for that, and that was the introduction to Crossroad Demons. So they talk a lot about that, and the actual guy who plays the devil is pretty fucking entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
The guy who plays the devil is pretty great. So it's really enjoyable to watch him do shit. And then like Crowley's great, who ends up being
everybody
the
loves
king.
Crowley.
Everybody loves Crowley.
He's a dick, but everybody
he was
loves
a
him.
massive dick, but like he's a fun dick. Like so yes, Colin, yes, that is. It's like he's like Stifler. Like Stifler's a dick, but Stifler's a dick, but he's our dick. So so yeah, those are definitely like the crossovers for that. There's a bunch of different movies, but the other one that I really dug from a devil perspective, obviously besides End of Days, is and Tenacious D are obviously fucking awesome, but The Devil's Advocate is a great movie with Keanu Reeves and with Al Pacino. Al Pacino plays the devil.
What?
And he actually does it really fucking well. It's really like good movie. And like a lot of them, and then also too the things of demons in that movie are actually pretty good as well. The other demons literally slowly drive Keanu Reeves' fiance insane to the point where she's suicidal. And Al Pacino as the devil is pretty fucking dope. Like his whole characterization and how he does everything. It's a really good movie. It has horror elements. I wouldn't call it a horror movie, but it has horror scenes within it. It's definitely worth a shot. And then obviously Evil Dead and all that great stuff. But
On a similar note to Devil's Advocate, actually, if you want to see Al Pacino play the devil, watch Devil's Advocate. If you want to watch Robert De Niro play the devil, watch Angel Heart with Mickey Rourke.
I never even heard of that movie.
It's a good one.
I've never seen either of these movies. I need to check both of them out.
That's honestly an interesting cast.
Yeah.
Downey Jr. and Mickey Rourke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, not Downey Jr.
Oh.
I said De Niro.
My bad.
Either way, that would have been an interesting cast.
Yeah.
Regardless.
You got me sold either way. What were we gonna say?
I wanted to toss another TV show at you, Lucifer. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah. I mean, I love the show. I'd not even remotely consider that a horror, horror thing, horror type of show.
That's a show.
Fucking love it.
But-
I love it.
But it's got
It's got a good take.
a good take of the devil, and at least some of the effects that they push forth about every once in a while you do see his demonic form.
Yeah,
like
that's
his
actually
hell
cool
form.
effects. Yeah.
And then of course the concept of hell is pretty neat. You just walk into the door and you essentially feel guilt, and you just kind of relive those memories and things of that nature.
It's actually, in just a slight big tangent off. A lot of those concepts were in one of my favorite plays. It's sitting over on that fucking bookshelf right now. It's called No Exit, and I think The Simpsons did a parody on it at some point. Somebody did a parody on it. It takes hell as a concept of not of like torture and people ripping bones. It's literally being trapped in the worst possible situation for you as a person.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like the play No Exit is literally about a one guy and two girls, and they're paired up and they're like the worst people to be in a room with each other. So like and that's what hell's all about. It's more of a mental state than it is an actual
physical pain.
Physical pain and everything else. Supernatural it very much takes the like you see Dean like with fucking hooks in him and everything else. So I mean like there's a lot of that shit. But yeah, no, it's a good thing. I didn't consider it in this list because I didn't consider it necessarily horror-esque, but I guess it has kind of horror elements to it. With half of Maze's face, and then obviously.
Right.
Have you guys ever either played the game or seen the animated movie Dante's Inferno?
I played the game.
What did you think about it? Because that was one of my favorite takes on like hell, and I've always just like after I played that game, because I read the poem like a few years later, just because I was like very curious about it. But that thought of like the fucking circles of hell and everything, I thought that was fucking awesome. And the actual like takes on like how they just made everything out, like made like hell actually like a place you could just walk through and just fight demons and shit. That shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was.
And I think that's one of the most underrated EA games of all time. Well, it was made by Visceral, of course. Rest in peace. And yeah, man, that shit was fucking great.
It was cool. And actually, the funny thing is that and like just. And actually, that's the other reason why I like the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves, because of the scene where he actually goes to hell. And I really dug that whole vision of hell. It's kind of similar to Dante's Inferno, the game. It's really visceral and fucking disgusting, and it looks like a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, I thought the fight with the devil at the end of Dante's Inferno was a little lackluster, but I mean, it's a video game.
Dude,
so.
fucking final bosses, man.
I was just like, man, you're fighting the fucking devil, and it's just goddamn easy. I mean, shit, I'm playing it on medium, and I'm still not getting hit. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, for real, dude. But the one last thing I would say was, for me, just because it's a good toss of, is Spawn. I think a lot of Spawn's pretty cool. They a lot of cool shit going on in there. So what were we gonna say?
Well, not only was I gonna bring up Spawn, but I was also gonna bring up Wishmaster.
Wishmaster, that's a genie though.
Yeah, that's so. Even though it looks like a demon, it definitely
is a demon look.
Like it's a demon look, but he's like, I'm a genie, and it's like it's such a weird interpretation of a genie, considering how the Wishmaster looks. And
I don't know how like genies or jinn or how
jinn
I'm
or
not sure
jinn.
how they're like. I don't know like the normal lore to them and everything like that. Like the only amount of lore I kind of have on them is like supernatural, and then of course the Wishmaster movies themselves, which I'm sure they took liberties with the Wishmaster movies, but I enjoyed them.
From some mythologies, jinns are demons.
Okay. Well, I mean, all right then.
Okay.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of makes sense. In a sense, because with a demon, you're kind of making deals sometimes, and they're not just moving furniture to annoy you.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, look at Cenobites. Demons to some, angels to others.
Yeah, there's something to be said about that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's based on your perception if you really want to get technical with it. So
a demon can be in any form, not necessarily the whole typical horns and wings, things of that nature.
Bones and spikes and all that fun shit.
That's very true. And then also too, obviously, just something to mention is Tim Curry in Legend.
That movie was so disappointing.
But the costume's really fucking
Costume's cool and
Yeah,
iconic,
yeah,
but I'm just
yeah.
saying that movie was very just. I'm like,
I get it. I get it. But yeah, no. I didn't never even seen Wishmaster actually.
Oh no.
Yeah.
which ones have you seen?
Second one's better.
I've seen the first one and the third one. I think the third one is a bit more interesting, but it has been like decades since I've seen them. I honestly should just rewatch them, just because it's a little like cheesy, campy stuff. Because it was around that time and era of like Leprechaun and Chucky, like all these other
90s
slashers. Yeah.
The second one in the prison, I've only seen the first two, but I liked the second one more. And I'll always remember that one prisoner who just hates his lawyer. And he's like, I wish my lawyer would just stick his head up his ass. And he says it to the djinn. And so then he's meeting with his lawyer, and his lawyer's like, okay, I found this new evidence that's going to get you out of this life sentence. And all of a sudden the lawyer just like stops freaking saying anything. And his back just bends backward and his head goes up his ass.
Oh my God.
And he
that's
dies before he can tell
amazing.
his client the important information.
I have a pseudo question to the podcast, but it's kind of like I more want to get your opinion, Zach, on this. Freddy Krueger, evil spirits or demon?
I mean, I would lean more towards spirit. I mean, there's demons who gave him his power, so.
Oh yeah, okay.
Wait, demons give him his powers? It wasn't just like, I'm so vengeful and angry, I'm
No,
able
it
to
was
come
the
out
little
alive.
sperm demons.
Yeah, we could thank the shitty writing of Freddy's Dead for that one.
Then actually he's technically a cross between a witch and a evil spirit, because witches' powers are actually provided in a lot of cases by demons.
But aren't witches more like
I have said that to piss Zach off.
No.
But so vengeful spirit rather than demon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vengeful spirit. We're gonna keep that in a nice spot and not go over here to whatever the fuck you're thinking.
Because
the whatever that was just stupid.
The lore's the lore, bro. What are you gonna do? Go ahead, Victor.
I was gonna tell Brandon, what about Tales from the Crypt movie, Demon Knight?
Demon Knight?
It literally has the word demon in it.
You are correct.
Would you consider those demons?
Yes, they are demons. And you've got Billy Zane as their leader, and he punches right through a sheriff's face, and it's awesome.
I think that's all that needs to be said about
Yeah.
that.
All right,
So-
I guess it was a little weird that I wasn't talking about something Tales from the Crypt related, wasn't it?
yeah,
You need to fix that problem.
it's like Brandon not mentioning The Simpsons. It's weird.
Yeah, so speaking of The Simpsons,
Oh, shit.
there was the devil in Homer Simpson where Ned Flanders was the devil.
Yeah.
It's always the last person you suspect.
That is pretty sweet. And then Heck House.
Yeah.
that shit was so hilarious.
That was so fucking
And then
funny.
there was
I just want to see one of those in person.
Dude,
Then
I'm
there's
shocked
the
you
one
never
when
even heard of
Bart
those.
and Lisa actually went to school in hell.
Oh
was
yeah,
a
that's
good
right.
one.
That is a good. That is
was
a
a
good.
good one.
That's actually a really good rendition of Demons.
I wish I could go to school like that. That just sounds fun.
Oh, and then you also, I cannot. If we're gonna go that route, I cannot not talk about Robot Devil from Futurama. It was pretty fucking. Great.
Oh yeah, that's
They,
right.
and
What's a robot devil
He has a
again?
lot.
yeah, it's fucking great. The I'll have your hands fry. What? These hands can't stop touching myself. Yeah, they do that. God, I love that joke.
All right, Mark, take us out.
All right, so this has been an awesome discussion about. Oh, wait a minute. No, I wanted to hear. You already said Vengeful Spirit. What do you say? Demon or Vengeful Spirit for Freddy?
Oh, definitely Vengeful Spirit.
Cool, Brandon.
Take us out, Mark.
Take
us out.
Stop trying to get us.
I wanted to hear the answer.
Stop beating around your bush and take us out.
I'm gonna put that in this box over here. Somewhere over there for a therapist to handle later. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of the Nightmares Podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you could be so awesome to stab that like button, smash that subscribe, and click that little dingy bell to be notified every time we drop amazing content right here on MHN. And of course, you can find us on all of our amazing social medias: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because obviously you're watching it here. And also
Slasher.
So, thank you so much for checking out this episode, and we will see you next time on the Nightmares Podcast.